tell you, Diane has been real good to me, and she's helped me understand all that you guys do for Bay Cliff. I'd just like to start by thanking you guys for having me today and for your past support and your continued support to Bay Cliff. It really is very much appreciated. So I'll start just with a little introduction about myself. So I am now the Associate Camp Director, and I'll tell you, my first summer up at camp really did change my life. It started when I was 18 up there, and didn't know too much about Bay Cliff other than my mom was encouraging me to apply and go up there. So I thought I'd just give it a try, and so I went up there, and turns out I was a dad of 6 children for 7 weeks. So as an 18-year-old, that sure is an experience. And after those 7 weeks, there was 3 big things I learned that gave me perspective, I think, on things. The first thing was just being a dad for 6. I think when you're a young adult, you don't always realize what your parents did for you until I think that moment at the end of the summer, it just put in perspective what my parents did for me. So thankfulness there. And then gave me perspective on disability. So we are a therapy camp for children with disability. There's about 1,000 therapies every week. We have a professional staff of 20, and we serve over 160 children for the summer. For me though, my cabin of kids there, it just gave me more of a perspective of just looking at what children can do, and every single one of those kids in the cabin and on camp, you start to realize, they're all pieces that really do fit in this world that we need. So that was number 2, and then number 3 was just gave me a little bit broader perspective on life, and if the Packers lose, that's probably not the worst thing in the world. So I think it just gave me some perspective. And actually, finally, I've actually met my wife at camp. So we both started working in 2009, and kept coming back, and we actually, I'll tell you a little bit more about camp in just a moment, but I think we both identify so much for what Bay Cliff's mission is, that we really want to make it work. She's in residency down in Wichita to be a pediatrician, and we're just making sure that the next few years while she's doing that, I guess we really identify what Bay Cliff is and how it serves others. So I suppose that's kind of puts into perspective, I guess, how I personally feel about camp. Now, I'm going to play a video in just a moment here, but I do want to tell you about some exciting things at camp. For those of you who don't know about Bay Cliff, we also are a year-round program now. So we have winterized facilities, and we have over 35 programs that we either facilitate and we host in the community, or we put on ourselves. So some examples: next week we have 240 5th grade children from Marquette coming to camp next week Wednesday with 30 counselors and 30 teachers, and they're putting on a science camp. The next week, the 7th grade class is coming up. There's over 200 children for a week-long science camp. We have Down Syndrome Family Camp coming up in May. We have a Camp React for children with autism, and IDW, we're on Lake Superior, and it's a kayaking workshop. So we have plenty of things going on just this spring, while we're also gearing up for the summertime. And before I speak a little bit more about summertime, let's take a look at a 3-minute video here showing you about Bay Cliff.